Hey everybody, it's Alero. Welcome to my channel and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. It has been crazy the last couple of weeks. Thank you to those who watched my Stitch with me last week. I recorded in lieu of, and that was pretty much the only stitching I did last week. Bags have been delivered to Keepsakes to go to StitchCon. I don't know how much time I have to record today because we have some unexpected house guests, helping some friends out, and I barely am okay with recording in front of my kid and my husband. So, yeah, she's taking a nap at the moment, so we'll try and get through this. This is going to be a traditional, and it probably will be for the foreseeable future until I do not have house guests while I'm trying to stitch. Because I don't even do my clips at the moment. So we're back to kind of a more traditional. So I had to grab crappy screenshots from videos, and I will endeavor to remember to grab actual before photos before I stitch. So it's a little bit scattered. I have minimal notes. I was not really prepared to film a traditional Flosstube way. But that's okay. We're going to make it happen. So yeah, bags have been delivered. Stitch with me. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah. So the kiddos' last day of school was today. And the middle's graduation was last Saturday. And poor kiddo, he missed 2 days, 3 days last week because he was sick. Just random fever. No other real symptoms. Now he's like snotty and coughing, but like fever, no other symptoms besides fever. Fever broke and he got all congested. Like, what is happening? But yeah, I did end up get to go to both the graduation party, which was super awkward because my ex-husband hosted it, and there's a lot of people that I haven't seen in like 15 years since the divorce, but it went okay. It was fine. And I went to graduation, and I held it together until they did like the military announcement where they're, they have the kids stand up that are joining the military, and then I bawled my head off. So, and then now my dad's got pneumonia, and he was at the graduation. Like, oh my God, can we not be sick in May, please? That would be nice. Let's see, I had talked about getting a lung function test because I have not stopped coughing since last February. And that actually, she was like, I'm not the doctor. I can't interpret the results, obviously. She said, but in my experience, you passed with flying colors. She was like, which I know you're not really looking to hear because you're trying to figure out what's wrong. She's like, hopefully they can do more testing. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. I haven't heard back. Obviously, I just got it done this morning, like 6 hours ago. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. The saga continues on breathing. So that's kind of the past week. I'm still exhausted. I'm still recovering from working a buttload of hours because I put in like 90 hours in 8 days. It was nuts. Like, my body hurts. And I did not get as much done as I wanted to. There's not going to be a huge selection, but that's okay. I still have a bunch of bags that I can still make and get up on Etsy. But that's going to be a while as well because I've got to switch gears and go back to hammocks for a little bit. Okay, that's it. Let's get into the stitching. Speaking of breathing, I don't know if I want to start coughing or not. I don't think so. No particular order. I need to open my notes again because I wrote down my totals for stitching on my board and then erased the board because I recorded the Monopoly round yesterday. Worked on my round robin piece that came in last night since I really didn't have time to record yesterday, and I forgot to write down the totals where I could actually access them easily. So, but that's okay. All right. Again, no particular order. So we have cottage garden samplings Little Brown Bat. This is Year in the Woods. A Year in the Woods is, yeah, the title of the series. Have you guys seen the new one? It's a wolf. Oh, yeah. I have a feeling that's going to be another series that I'm just going to, yep, do it all. Just keep them coming because it's gorgeous. I'm hoping Brandy does another bundle of fabrics again. And this time I'll remember to order enough of the fancy flosses. Which I was at Keepsakes and totally forgot that I should have, you know, written down all the... I gotta go back to collect everything. So I might actually write down what I need and just get another... and get the second skein of floss that I need for everything. Although, I don't remember who mentioned it, who suggested it, and I'm so sorry, because I got an email that I have read, and I have read everybody's comments that have come in. I'm very behind. I did not have time to heart or reply or anything. I read them as they came in. So now I can't remember if it was the email that I got or if it was a comment. Someone had a brilliant suggestion to just do the half leg with the DMC conversion and then use the fancy floss to complete the leg. I kind of actually really like that idea. But I also like the idea of not having to stop once I've gotten all the first legs done and then getting another floss out, because I am kind of a lazy stitcher. So we will see if I don't remember to actually get floss when I go pick up the leftover bags in June from StitchCon. I will probably do that and do the half leg idea. Sorry, I'm trying not to cough and have to stop and edit. I'm gonna have to edit anyways. Stupid pictures. Anyway, so I started here in this leaf. So the middle of the piece is like in this no man's land. And I counted over to... Which leaf did I do? I don't know. I think I did this one. Or maybe it was this one. I don't remember. We'll see. Because I gotta fix this part. I gotta. It's bugging me, and I realized why it's bugging me. I pulled up some images of like little brown bats. That's what they're called. And their eyeballs are tiny, and this is like, right? So, which, I mean, no, I'm not trying to throw shade at the designers, because, I mean, like, I'm considering trying to rechart this, and the idea is daunting. I am not saying that I can do any better. You know, maybe this is what they came up with because the charting of this particular size, that's just how it was. Because I definitely understand where the white ring, there is sort of like, in images you can see there's kind of like a highlight around the eye, but the eye is tiny. The eye should be like a stitch, and I think it's 4. Like the eyeball, it's little. Like this, I think would have been, what's the word I want? Backstitching would have lended itself a bit, which I know they don't do backstitching in these. And the ears need to be, like this ear is, to me, is out of proportion to this ear. And I understand it's like kind of a head-on look to it. But even with the angles that I found, the angle is just, it's not quite. So I'm gonna have to, like, if I actually do this, I'm gonna have to rechart pretty much this entire area right here. And again, I am not saying I can do better. We may end up just stitching as is because I butcher it even more than what my vision is. If anyone knows anybody who has successfully recharted this, please let me know. Because I do love it. Other than that, that eye is just not quite. So close. It's so far. I'm very chatty. I'm sorry. But not sorry. Okay, so this one is being stitched on the Be Stitch Me conversion of Dusty Cottage on 28 count Lugana 2/2. And I had already had the middle marked from the ferret. I don't remember which way's up. Hang on. Yes, this way. Okay. So I'd already had the middle marked. I had counted over to the ferret. It still had the middle marked here. So that is where I ended up with. So it is this leaf that I started right there, that one. And I got 150 stitches exactly, right? No, 153. I have to fix that because I think I put it in my tracker wrong. So you can see I've got the holes where the little design goes. Did not get, I mean, it got as far as 153 stitches got, right? So I'm actually pretty happy. That I had a piece of thread to finish off, so I just counted over to the other leaf. That's why that's there. So I've got a lot of stitching that I can work on as this gets called before I worry about the recharting stuff. I'll put that away in a second. Okay. Next up is, this was a new start. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs called Amethyst by Chris Ortega. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Because I'm of the mind that Pattern Keeper is a pattern storage device, but don't worry, I have all of my backups backed up. The originals are still where they should be. And this is 450 by 628. It has 89 colors, and I stitched one of them. So here she is, completed, or what she will look like completed. I love Chris's work. So pretty. Can you tell my tablet has seen better days? Those streaks, that is not part of the pattern. That is my screen burning out from only ever having Pattern Keeper up. I am stitching this on 28 count even weave from MCG Textiles. Luckily this one isn't terrible so far. They're kind of notorious for awful fabric, but so I decided not to grid this one. I felt a bit lazy, so I just, so there's a kind of a, there's a border all the way around that's like basically one row solid, and then it's got these little like weirdy stitches in 310 all the way around. So I am going to, in theory, going to be working on this in the diagonal, but that was just to finish off the thread. So I got a total of 143 stitches, and I am 0.05% in. She has a total of, I don't know, that hurts my neck, I can't do that, 282,600 stitches. So she's not small. Will I end up gridding it? Probably. Did I feel like gridding it then? No. So that's it. I got some serging done on some fabric that needed it, and I will show you why here in a little bit. Very excited. And then I also worked on, was this the Go piece? I can't remember which one this one is. Mini Divine Transformation. This is also charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Raven Phelan, also known as Michelle Lee Phelan on Heaven and Earth Designs. Where is it? There it is. This is a teeny piece. He is 229 by 325, also with 89 colors. My tablet was also dusty, apparently. This is this. Gorgeous. Love her artwork. And, oh, I didn't take it out yet. My bad. This one is being stitched on 32 count even weave. Oh, Amethyst is 1/1 full cross. This is also 1/1 full cross. I'm hoping that I left myself enough room when I put that up that I can edit in a before photo. I'm not used to doing that anymore. So here, let me give myself some room, right? This is Mini Divine Transformation. I don't know. You can kind of see the colors a little bit. So I put 201 stitches into this one. And again, it doesn't really look like it, but I am working in the diagonal. It's just that's where the thread goes from that diagonal. And he has a total now of 924 stitches out of 74,425 for 1.24% complete. He's little. Ta-da. So I wish the stitch count was higher every time I landed on that spot, but I'm happy that it's going to be getting like kind of consistent work on it, right? And those were the Monopoly pieces. No, I have one more. Just kidding. I lied. This one is one of the gnomes from 4-Stitch Love, or 4-Stitch, I think. 4-Stitch Love on Etsy and 4stitch.com. Here, let me find out for sure. Four-Stitch Love is the store on Etsy. 4stitch.com is their website. And let's see if here it is. This is Present Gnome. I've been working in that golden ribbon, and I have a color completion on this one. I put in 111 stitches, and I finished off this gold. It's little enough, it's not going to be hard to add a photo. Feathers flying everywhere. These are small enough that I did not feel like trying to serge them, so I didn't. So that's going back in the pile of whips for the Christmas pieces. Okay, so of course last week I did the Stitch With Me on Dragons of the Sabbat, artwork by Ann Stokes, charted by Pain Free Crafts. This particular piece is retired and is now available as charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. There it is. Somewhere. It's 755 by 800 with however many colors they have. I am working on all the black. I have all the outside complete, all of the inside complete around the sigils, or in the sigils, throughout the sigils, whatever you want to say. I have this dragon done, and this dragon, and I'm on this dragon. Yes. And I put 364 last week and 311 this week for a total of 675. So not a ton. I didn't even finish the thread I was working on. I was so tired. And that's where we are. Excuse me. So I would love to get this filled in for next week. That should be around 1,000 stitches. I have definitely slowed my pace back down as far as like what all I'm doing work-wise, but I would like to keep up the momentum. So this may not get filled in. We'll see. We shall see. What'd I say? 675. So we are now at 34.66%. And I have 209,349 out of 603,000. We'll just say 604,000. It's that close. Okay, and then the last one I worked on, which I was missing greatly and grumpy that I did not get to work on it when I wanted to, nor nearly for as long as I wanted to. This is another Heaven and Earth Designs artwork by Pio Wanachiawong. This is called Malaganos, and this was a limited edition in 2021. He is 500 by 503 and has 87 colors. Ta-da. He's very purple. I am in the upper left-hand corner as per usual. And this one's weird to work in the diagonal because, you know, the diagonal would very naturally lie here, and this is definitely not the corner for me to start. So it's going to build kind of oddly. I added 357 stitches total to this one. There. And like you can see where those harsh lines, those are going to be more like this once they get their stripes in correctly. Like that's basically going to get filled in with this color here that stopped. Because I'm just following naturally, but I'm also doing it within the diagonal. So that's all filled in now. So yeah. Love that piece. I'm stitching this. Oh, Dragons is being stitched on 28 count even weave, 1/1 full cross. This is also a 32 count even weave, 1/1 full cross. I prefer full cross. I'm a full cross girl. And that's stitching that I did. It took me far too long to stitch not very many stitches. But yeah, like I said, I was super busy, super busy. I did get came in. I had mentioned a few weeks ago that I had ordered some Gecko Rouge kits, and I apologize, I forgot how crinkly these bags are. I will try not to move them too much. But I used my voucher from Gecko Rouge, and I ended up getting like, let me put these on the floor. I ended up getting 3 kits, and paid a nominal fee for them. Well, plus the voucher. But man, that's a lot easier to deal with. Basically paying for a year, little chunks, than it is to try and do the whole thing. All 3 of these are pieces by Lorna Lane, as far as the artwork goes. This one is Unicorn. I don't believe in humans. I saw Nikki Crafts. She's the one who introduced me to Gecko Rouge. She did the gamer, and while I love that piece, I wouldn't stitch it just because I'm not really a gamer. But she did this one, and she warned about the confetti in this frame. It's going to take a long time. But Gecko Rouge is definitely, they are not shy when it comes to confetti. So, and I'm going to find bags more suitable for these because all 3 of them pop their seams on the side. But I had, I think my only, like, complaint, not even really a complaint, it's just like I wish that'd be nice, is that they don't serge their fabrics. So when it comes in, I have to serge it because I think this is Lugana or something. I don't know, it's Easy Grid, Easy Guide. All of these are 28 count 1/1. And it frays, like it just shreds really, really easily. I also got her Unicorn, Moon, and Stars. It's going to be a little, like, it looks huge. It's not. It's teeny weeny tiny. Let me show you the pic. The fabric is just, that's it. And they have like 4-inch borders. So, I mean, we're talking like, it's going to be tiny. Because they are super generous with their borders. I will give them that. It's only, gimme. It's only got 18 colors. That's it. So that one's gonna be super easy, quote unquote easy. Also, quote unquote quick. Oh. I have yet to put them in Pattern Keeper too because I just haven't. And then this one is one of their limited edition kits, which I was super excited that they still had because there's only 45 total, like start to finish. And it's been a while since I had my eye on it going, oh, please don't sell out before I can get you. It's a magpie. So, yep. I have these on a wheel now. I have most of the projects that are either kits or already kitted up, or that I like really want to start. And I do still have fabric, like a generous chunk of fabric to cut down on a wheel. And as I finish a Monopoly piece, I will spin the wheel, rotate a project in, and then, yeah, go from there. So, yeah, those three, that's it for things that I've brought into my home. So I think at this point, I don't have a board to show you because I erased it already. That's okay. So, like I said, I did film the Monopoly round yesterday, so let me cut to that. It is not long at all, like probably 5 minutes total. I will go ahead and put the timestamp here if you want to skip that. And then we will go over what the plans are for stitching next week. I did end up, well, you'll see in a minute, and then I will be back and we'll go over what's happening next week. Welcome to round 10 of Crazy Stitchopoly. I'm finally ready to move on. I don't know how much time I have to record this because my house people are upstairs and I don't know when they're coming back down. So we are starting with Earth here, and let's see what we do. Okay, so we have to grab my tablet because I forgot about checking on investments. Okay, so I have an investment up here, which is it raises at 10%. Earth does have an investment of 523, so we're raising it by 52, whatever that is. I will have to do that math in a moment. We have a bonus move, and then no doubles, but we have 11 to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, we have a majority here, so that's kind of exciting. So that's New York Avenue for 200. And I am going to think about building something on these. I have to look at it. So that could be something that I do next week. We will see. Okay, then bonus move is move to the next unowned property, I believe, right? Right? Yes, unowned property. So that's going to be Indiana Avenue for that's 220. Okay, and I quickly looked at houses for here, and I can build one house for 100 stitches. So I'm going to go ahead and do 3 houses here for 300 stitches. Okay, and that concludes Earth's movement, and that gives us 720 stitches. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it at Earth this week, simply because I don't know what the rest of my week is going to look like as far as stitching goes. So I do want to leave some room for focus stitching, and I think that's a good spot. So Monopoly is slowing way down for now. That's okay. Feel free to, if you have multiple pieces that you would prefer to work on or kind of want to incorporate, feel free to break up your pieces within, within Earth's stuff. New York is 200, Indiana is 220, and 3 houses are 300. So you've got three ways to go if that's the way you want to do that. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and clean up and show what's going to come up in the next week or so. Okay. Okay, so really short and sweet kind of round with just the one token. I thought about doing the second one, but I really don't want to. Again, pressure's off, right? I'll be honest, I have been noodling of whether or not to sort of pause Monopoly while I am trying to figure my life out and get some sort of balance going, just because, but I do really love the sort of finite stitch this much and move on to the project. I'll be honest, I'm totally thinking of ripping off Jen's idea again. But I really do like playing it, so, you know, it's like, okay, either I play the Monopoly and I have my finite stitching, or I spin a wheel, which is kind of the same thing, and I do a set number of stitches every single time. I like what I'm doing, so as long as I can fit it in, we're going to keep going with it. So I have Peony Tapestry. So while technically not a cross stitch, this is a needlepoint kit from Dimensions. It is their gold collection. And I about fell out of my chair when I saw how much this went for. I've had this for years. How much this is going for on eBay. Last time I looked, I was like, okay. I do have a start on this. I do not remember how many stitches are in it so far. We'll go over those kinds of details next week. But, so here, let me show you the whole canvas. I think this is an 18 count, or is this a 14 count? I don't know, I just said we'll go over those next week. Y'all, I was sitting here cussing my phone. I don't know how many little tiny clips of me swearing at my phone for starting a recording when I was not ready. That's what I've got started so far. So this is a reverse cross or tilted cross. I can't remember exactly what it's called. Let's see if you can get in there. Where it goes the other way, up and down instead of sideways. And then, of course, the half cross for the actual... I should probably find something to stick behind it, right? Would that help? No, not really. You can still see the printing. That's okay. So this is the whole thing. And I am to add, I don't know, some stitches to it. 200, I think. 220? I don't remember. That was yesterday. How did I have this folded? Okay. Get that one. Okay. Then, oh, son of a gun. Hopefully I get all these clips put together correctly, because I accidentally stopped it instead of pausing it. Okay, and then we've got Rainbow Pegasus. This is charted by Artisy, and the artwork is by Jan Patrick Krasny. So it is 300 by 216. And that is the piece. Very lovely. A lot of light colors. So we'll see how I do on that one. That's going to be a new piece. And apparently I'm putting it on 32 count even weave. That's going to be any full coverage. Almost all the full coverages that I do from now on are going to be on that 32 count even weave, because that's what I have a lot of. Now, for building the houses, I decided rather than dig out every project that I want to put a house on and stitching that project's worth of house, no. I'm just going to have a project for houses. Whenever I get to hotels, there will be a project for hotels. And if I ever get to the point of putting skyscrapers on, because there's that many buildings to build, will be another, like, I'll spin again. So what I did was I just spun, and that turned into this project from Cross Stitch and Crunchy Crafts. This candy cane. Now, to build the houses is 300 stitches. I don't know if this is even going to be 300 stitches. Maybe with the back stitching, but I haven't really been counting back stitching. I'm going to put it on this pretty sparkles. So if I happen to finish that and it's got more stitches, I will spin again and pull another surprise project for next week to do. Then that's why that's on there. I have like number 4 and a question mark on my board, and I'm like, did I not pull a nut? No, it's in case Candy Cane gets done. Okay, so again, I know it's not a lot of projects, and hopefully any of you that were playing along with the Monopoly can forgive me for not actually doing all of them, but I gotta make it work for me, right? And then of course we've got Dragons of the Spot. Again, you just saw it. Ta-da. So hopefully, again, I'm gonna get all of that done. My next up focus stitching is Lightweaver after that. He is the supersized max color version. And he is up here somewhere. There you are. By Heaven and Earth Designs. Again, artwork is by Raven Phelan. Oh, I'm trying to throw him. And this is our starting point. This is in case I forget to take pictures. I have a record that is a little easier to find than digging through my videos to find what the heck I was trying to work on. I really think I want to try and get this filled in right here and come back up and fill in some more there. But that blue that's it, and then it's all yellows and greens and whatever's in here. I want to get that filled in. And then hopefully I will get also to Gypsy Firefly. Another Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Amy Stewart. There that is. This is regular size max color. And here's where it is on the hoop. And I will pull all of this stuff. I will pull all of this stuff out of frames and hoops and things for my whip parade. If you have not voted yet, please consider going over to my posts tab in my channel and voting for if you want to see all of my whips or if you just want to see the whips that I've touched so far this year. Again, thank you for anybody who has voted some way up until now. But yeah, this is where we're starting from here. And again, I think I've been working in the diagonal here, and it's kind of got a natural diagonal going along here because that's where the caravan starts. So we'll see where that one gets to. I will definitely do like a full-on whip parade at the end of the year. It's close enough in the polls that I'm still not sure if I might try to satisfy both sets of folks with what I'm going to work on. And then the last one that I'm hoping to get to, is this is a free pattern by Free Patterns by Visa on Facebook. This one is called Summer Fairy. See if I can find her relatively quickly. Ah, there she is. There she is. I'm doing this blurry background right here, and hopefully I can get to her wing. Let's see. Yeah, her wing would actually be coming up into here, so this is really kind of interesting to work on because of how Pattern Keeper recognizes it. But I'll come back in and see where I get to. I will be surprised. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll be surprised if I get any further than that, so I don't think I need to show any more than those. I'm hoping to come back on Wednesday, but I don't know. Like I said, with house guests, it's interesting. So, oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Hang on. Allergies have been kicking my butt. So, all right. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have made it this far, and I feel like I feel like I'm forgetting something. I always feel like I forget something, but that's me for taking terrible notes or no notes at all. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Have lots of stitching, get some relaxation in, do all the things, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye. And of course, as soon as I stopped the video after my outro, I remembered what I wanted to talk about. So in my Stitch With Me, I had talked about some clips from around the property that I had recorded and was going to stick in, and there was a total I completely forgot about it, so I will go ahead and enter them here at the end of the video for your viewing enjoyment. and yeah, and I will see you next week. But I also did forget to mention that, so we're not hosting, but we have people coming this weekend for hanging in our trees in their hammocks. So I don't know how much I will get pulled outside to do that, to like go visit. I'm sure I will. They're friends of mine too. So I may end up getting some stitching done on something that is not listed here, which would be my Southwest carousel piece, because that's kind of like my outdoor stitching. So you might have something kind of surprise to watch then too. All right. Okay. Now I'm done. See you guys later. Bye. I am in my car. Sorry for the noise, but I wanted to show, and I can't open the door because they flew off once already, but those are mallards, a male and a female. I don't know if, can I get any close? No, stupid glare in the window. That's a squirrel. Here we go. It's a little better. They're so pretty. Usually the geese scare them off. I don't know if they're nesting close to here, but it seems like we've had quite a few extra waterfowl around. We actually had a second pair of, I was looking behind me, sorry, a second pair of geese hanging out in the yard, and really like a bigger flock of geese have been coming around the yard in the mornings. My husband has been very surprised that they have not woken me up with their honking. But I just wanted to share. We don't get to, we have wood ducks that come through every once in a while, but I'm getting pretty zoomed out now, so. Mama goose is still brooding. I don't know if I can get, see if I can get close enough to see the island at the moment. Sorry for the noise on the, I don't have my seatbelt on. Sometimes it's a little easier to get closer in the car. There she is. It's been raining today, so I definitely did not want to walk. But there's her nest on the island. I am not sure how long it takes for them to hatch, but hopefully they don't get eaten by the snapping turtles again this year. Unfortunately, none of the babies survived last year because the snappers got them. And we have very big snapping turtles, or had last year, very big snapping turtles in the pond. So, alright, I just wanted to share. They circled around. That little squirrel is following them around. Make sure I don't drive into the ravine. That looks like. Wah. Waddle, waddle, waddle. There we go, a view without the car glass. I have been hoping that I would catch these guys out. I'm excited. I don't know if you can tell, there's two of them. Oop. One here, one here. Let's see if I can zoom in. Can you see what they are? They're turkeys. They are wild turkeys. My husband keeps threatening to provide Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm like, no, don't shoot my turkeys. This is the first year that we've really seen them around the property, so I'm pretty sure that one's a female, and with the wattle you can see it hanging down. Pretty sure that's the male. I guess one of them was in the garden this morning, just all sorts of poofed up. Okay, gotta get the son off the bus. It's a party. With a loudmouth in it. There's a bunch more over here. We don't usually get the whole flock in here. It's usually just the couple, and then they do their thing and raise their babies if they make it, and we don't usually see the whole flock after mating season. These guys on the shore are the loudmouths.